How's it going, everyone? My name is Chips, and in this video I'll be showing you how to build this Galleon ship in ARK Survival Ascended. For those of you that are new to the channel, this is going to be a step-by-step walkthrough video with voiced over instructions, making it super simple for you to get this built on your ARK. And on the screen right now you will see a full list of the building materials you will need for this build, as well as the coordinates where I built this on the island. You can also find all of this information down in the description below. So with all of that said, I just want to tell you all thank you so much for being here today, checking out this video, and let's go ahead and let's get to building. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is lay out the foundation for our build. Now as you see, I already have a stone foundation placed. I'm going to go ahead and get out a stone wall and add it to the back side of that. And just continue taking these up until you get close to the surface of the water. So you'll see we're actually above the surface of the water already, so I'm going to go ahead and pick up this last one. And then I'm going to switch it out for wooden quarter walls. And we are already really close to the edge of the water, which is what I want, so I'm actually good to go. If you are too far above the water or below the water, just replace this foundation and either raise or lower it to get you right there just above the water. So now continuing on, I'm going to go ahead and add 15 more stone foundations to the side of this one. Now I'm going to get out a stone triangle foundation and place it just like this, and one more right here. And then I will place 10 more stone foundations coming out from that. Now I'm going to go back to that point right with that first one that we added after the triangle and add 3 more coming out this way. I'm then going to go back to the other end. And I'm going to count 7 foundations over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And again, add 3 more right here. I'll then count 5 more over. 2, 3, 4, 5. And add 3 more. Now here at this last regular stone foundation before the triangle, I'm going to again add a combination of stone walls and wooden quarter walls to get us just above the water surface, doing this on the back side of the foundation. So there we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a wooden ceiling coming inwards towards me, like this. And then I'm going to place 12 more going in this direction. I'll then add 2 more rows of 13 behind that. And then once you have that done, you can go ahead and pick up that original stack of walls you placed right there. Alright, now starting off here on the left side of our platform, I'm going to get out a wooden wall. And I'm going to go ahead and flip this around until I have the light blue side facing me and place it right here on top of that ceiling. Go ahead and add 2 more to the side of that. Next, I'm going to go ahead and cycle through the wooden wall until I have the wooden double door frame option. Go ahead and flip it around as well and place it right there. Now this is only necessary if you're planning on using the cannons as a cosmetic feature. If you aren't going to place cannons down here, you can just go ahead and place a wooden window frame instead. I'm going to go ahead and add 7 more of these to the side, again flipping each one around. And then I'll finish it off by again getting out a wooden wall and placing them flipped around on these last 2 spots. So it should now look like this. Go ahead to the other side and do the same thing over here. Alright, now for this next step, the first thing I'm going to do is place a wooden ladder right here in front of me so that the green side is facing me like this. I'm going to go around to this side and do the same thing right here. Now I'm going to get out a cannon and just make sure you have snapping disabled and that it's in free placing mode. Basically what that means is you'll be able to place this thing however you want. Go ahead and climb up on one of your ladders, get the cannon back out, and just move it out a little bit in front of you. And what we're doing right now is using the ladder to straighten our character out. So what I'm going to do is jump off the ladder, walk over to where I have one of my double door frames, get in the middle of it, and then just walk the cannon up And what you want to be looking for is having the back wheel of the cannon just behind the line where the two ceilings divide each other. Go ahead and place that down. And it should now have the front wheel just behind the line of the end here and the cannon poking out. So now I'm just going to go ahead and drop this down by 2 positions, and that will end up having it perfectly poking out of our window frame. So what I'm going to do is use my 2 ladders here and go ahead and place a cannon in front of each one of these double door frames. Next, I'm going to get out a wooden wall and rotate through until I have the wooden window frame, and just replace that wooden double door frame with a window frame. Again, making sure that the light blue side is facing us. Go ahead and do this on the other side as well. Now, starting here again on the left side, I'm going to get out a wooden wall and place 2 just like this. I'll then switch to a wooden window frame and place 1 right here. Switch back to a wall right here. Back to a window frame. Back to a wall. And back to a window frame. I'll then switch back to a wooden wall and place 6 more. Now I'm just going to go ahead to the other side of the build and do the same thing over here. Again, on the left side of the build, I'm going to skip the first 3 spots and come to the 4th one and start off with a wooden wall right here. I'll then place 3 more to the side of it, followed by a wooden sloped wall so that it points inward like that. Go ahead and skip the next 3 spots, add another sloped wooden wall right here, this time pointing in this direction, and another wooden wall on the end. Now just go ahead again to the other side and duplicate this process. Starting off here on our end, we'll place a line of 4 wooden quarter ceilings on the inside of this wall. So it should be like this. Go ahead and add 4 more on the outside. I'll then get out a wooden quarter wall and switch it to a wooden railing. Place 1 right here on the end, 2 here on this side, and then 1 more on this end. And again, just go ahead over here to the other side and do the exact same thing. Now with those placed, we're going to go ahead right here and get out a wooden wall and just place it right like this. Go to the next spot over and switch this to the wooden short doorway. And again, place it right here, snapping to that wall with the green side facing us. Do that again right here. And then go ahead and switch it to a wooden window frame and hang one out like this. Now we're just going to go ahead and duplicate this again over here. Now right here to the side of this window frame, I'm going to get out a wooden sloped wall and go ahead and flip the snap point so that it places like this. Go ahead and add 1 more below in the same fashion, and then come to the other side and do the same thing right here. Now I'm going to go ahead and get out a wooden roof piece, and I'm going to go ahead and flip it upside down so that the shingled side is facing downward like this, and just continue placing these connecting our 2 sides and add 1 more row below that. Now we're going to come to this opening right here, and we're first going to get out a wooden quarter ceiling and switch it to the triangle ceiling, and then place 5 of them right here. Now on this edge right here, we're going to get out a wooden wall, and again flip it so the light blue side is facing us. Place 1 down and do the same thing right here. You can then get out a wooden sloped wall and attach one to that just like this, and do the same thing right here. Go ahead and then add a wooden wall on top of each of those. And then fill in this space in here with wooden triangle ceilings. Now go back out and add a wooden wall right here on top of this ceiling. And then finally come down here and get out the wooden triangle roof pieces. And just fill this in, flipping them upside down so the shingles are facing down. Next, we're going to come to the inside of our ship here and fill in this area back here with wooden quarter ceilings. You can then go ahead and fill in this gap between our ceilings here with regular wooden ceilings. And now that you have all of that placed, we're going to go back out here to the outside, add a wooden wall right here, and one right over here. We're going to leave that top space open for now. Next, we're going to come above where we have this wooden window frame, and we're going to get out a wooden quarter ceiling and hang one inside like this, and then add 3 more to the side of it. Hang 4 more to the outside as well. And then go ahead and place a wooden railing here on the side, just like this. Place 2 right here on this side. And 1 more on this side. Go ahead to the other side and repeat this process. Now on the inside, we're again going to come to the back right here and get out wooden quarter ceilings and fill in 2 lines of these in this back section. And then you can go ahead and fill in these middle 4 spots with regular wooden ceilings. Now starting off right here above where we have this wooden door frame, I'm going to get out a wooden sloped wall and place it just like this. In the next spot, I'm going to get out a regular wooden wall, and I'm going to cycle through until I have the short doorway. So it should be this one right here. Flip it around and place it with the green side facing us. Do this again right here in the next spot. Then on top of this first one, I'm going to get out a wooden quarter wall and place one right here and one right here. And on the next spot, I'll get out a wooden wall again, cycle back through until I have the wooden wall, and place one on top. In the very next spot, I'll keep that wooden wall out, and this time cycle through until I have a window frame, flip it around, and place it down. And then on top of that, I'll cycle back to a wooden wall and add it on top. Coming around to the back, I'm going to get out a wooden wall again right here and cycle through to the window frame, flip it around, and place one on all 3 spots. And then on top of each one, I'm going to get out a wooden wall and place the regular wooden wall on top of each one. And then coming around to this side, I'm just going to repeat what I did on that side over there. Now that we have all of that done, you can come back here to the back side of the boat and add a wooden wall on top of each one of these. Now we're going to go inside of the boat to the layer right here below where these stick up through, and just place a wooden pillar on the end of each one of those. Alright, now we're going to start working on the shell of the front side of the ship. So we're going to come down here where we have our ceilings and get out our wooden quarter ceiling and switch it to the triangle ceiling. Go ahead and add a line of 5 of these right here. And then add 2 more regular ceilings coming out from that. Now I'm going to come right here to the side of the triangle, get out a wooden wall and flip it around, and then place one on top. Do that again right here and right here. Leave this front portion open and do the same thing right over here. Now we're going to come back in and hang a wooden ceiling in from this wooden wall right here. Go ahead and get out a wooden quarter ceiling and use the triangle ceiling choice and place one right here. Add one to the side of it and then one more right here. Now we're going to go ahead and switch that to the back to the quarter ceiling and add 4 more coming out from that triangle. And then switch it back to the triangle and add 1 more coming out. Finally, I'm going to get out a wooden wall and come right here and flip it around and then place 1 more to the side. Next, we're going to come above these wooden walls right here and add 1 more on top of each one. Then right here, we'll get out a wooden sloped wall and place it like this, but flip it around. Add a wooden wall below it, get out another sloped wall, and this time place it so it's facing in this direction. So it should look like that. Go ahead and repeat this over here. Then once you have those walls placed, we're going to come down below here, get out our wooden triangle roof and get it placing like this, but again, flip it so that the shingles are facing down. Add 1 more right here and 1 more right here in the middle. Now I'm going to come below where we have these wooden quarter ceilings and get out a wooden wall, hang it down from the ceilings, just placing it right here, but flipping it around so the light blue side is facing out. Get out a wooden sloped wall and hang it down just like this below that wall, and then get 1 more right here in this position, but rotate through the snap point until it places like this. I'm going to go ahead and add 1 more of these hanging down from this triangle ceiling, again flipping it around so the light blue side is facing out. Now go ahead around to the other side of this portion and do the exact same thing over here. Now we're going to come down below all of this and first get out our wooden triangle roof and place it right here, flipping it again so that the shingles are facing down like this. And then we're going to get out our wooden roof piece and rotate through until we have it placing between these walls. And again, make sure you have the shingles facing down. Now here on the inside of that portion, we're going to get out a wooden wall and place it right here, flipping it around so the green side is facing us. Add 1 more on top and then place 2 more to the side. Now you can get out your wooden roof piece again, and you want to switch it till you have the wooden staircase. And the first one you're going to be looking for is attached to this ceiling, but hanging down in this direction, just like that. And then just add 1 more to the bottom of that to get us down here to our bottommost floor. Alright, next we're going to start filling in the different layers of our ship. So starting off here where we have that one ceiling hanging up, we're going to go ahead and place a wooden triangle ceiling right here like this, and then fill in this line with those. Now we're just going to go ahead and take 3 lines of wooden ceilings all the way across over there to where it connects. Now we can come 1 level up to this one right here. And again, we're going to take 3 lines of wooden ceilings, stopping right here at this wall. We're going to stay on this level and come over here and place 2 wooden ceilings right here, followed by a line of wooden triangle ceilings, and then 3 more wooden ceilings right here. Now the last one we're going to do is over here at the other end. We're going to come just above where we have this door frame right here and place a wooden ceiling like this. And we're going to fill in this area with wooden ceilings at this level. Now we're going to build our staircases to each section. Starting off here on the front side of the build, I'm going to get out a wooden wall and place it right here, flipped around like this. Add another one right here in this spot as well. Come to the middle and switch it to a wooden short door frame and place it right here. Next, I'm going to get out a wooden sloped wall and place one flipped around like this right here, as well as one more right here, making sure the light blue side is facing us like this. And now we're just going to go ahead and place a wooden stair. So get out your wooden roof piece and switch it to the stair and hang one down from each of those spots. So it should now look like that. So I'm going to turn around and do the exact same thing right here. And then I'm going to come up here to this spot right here, and again do the exact same thing right here. Alright, now before we go any further, we're going to do one of the most important steps for this build, and that's to add some rope ladders to the side of it. So we're going to come here towards the front of our ship, and right here we'll place one hanging down right here, as well as in the next two spots. We'll then come over to this spot right here, and hang one right here, and continue placing these, stopping right here. Now we're going to come up here to the top and place two more right here. Come around to the back and place three more right here. And then just repeat this process over here on this side. Now we're going to come to the front side of our ship and get out a stone pillar, and we're going to switch it to beam and place it right here in this spot. Now what we're going to do is go all the way around the ship at this level and just take a line of these pillars going around. Stopping just right here, as we don't want to place one here on the sloped portion on the front. Now I'm going to head to the back side of the ship. And on the very next level up, right here, I'm going to get out a beam again, place one right here. And again, I'm going to take it all the way around, wrapping the ship and stopping at this point on the other side. There you go. We can now come up to this level right here. And again, we're going to go ahead and wrap this whole entire portion with these beams. Stopping right here and then coming to the other side and wrapping it around. Just like that. And then finally, the last thing we'll do with these is come here to this front portion that sticks up and wrap this top portion with beams as well. Stopping right there. Next, we're going to add some wooden pillars and beams. Starting off here on one of our sides, we're going to come right here to the side of our cannon. And on the level above it right here, we're going to get out a wooden pillar and place one right here. I'm going to continue placing these on every single spot, stopping right here. So there we go. Go ahead and repeat this step on the other side of the build. Stopping right there. Now I'm going to come up here to this topmost level. I'm first going to place one right here attached to this quarter wall. I'll place two more right here. Two more here on the corner. Two more on each spot going across the back, as well as the other corner. Again, two more right here. And then the one more right here. Now I'm going to switch this to a wooden beam. Place one right here connecting these two spots. One more on the other side. And then go ahead and line this top portion with them as well. Now starting off right here on the side of this stair, I'm going to get out a stone quarter wall and switch it to a railing and place it right here like this. I'll continue placing a line of these on this level. Go ahead down this stair and place one more right here. Now if you want this to be a standalone ship, you can go ahead and place one right here in this middle spot. However, if you want to connect this to a dock using ramps or stairs or whatever, go ahead and leave the middle portion right here open on whichever side you want. So I'm going to go ahead and close it off for the sake of our build. Add one right here and then continue up these stairs and around this portion. I'll go ahead and place 2 more right here at the front of this portion, and then continue down right here and place them on this side as well. Now I'm just going to continue placing them all the way around this level until we reach that stair over there. Now we're going to come to one of our sides where we place those wooden pillars along the side and get out a wooden quarter wall. And we're going to be placing it right here at the top of the wooden pillar. Now you want to make sure here on this side that you have the light blue side facing out. Continue placing these down these wooden pillars, stopping at our last one. And then once you get to this last one right here, go ahead and flip this wall around so the light blue side now faces out towards this direction. Go ahead to the other side of the ship and do the exact same thing. Now that we have all of those placed, we're going to go to the inside of the ship to the very bottom level. So down these stairs over here, down to the very bottom, and we're going to get out a sloped wooden wall. And you'll see when we get it out that it'll be able to place right here like this. That is actually hanging at the bottom of that quarter wall and now kind of intersecting with our wall here. So go ahead and place one of these at each one of these pillar spots. Go ahead and do it right here as well. And then finally go ahead and get out a wooden pillar and hang one right here like this, as well as one going down in each spot if you want to. You don't have to do this, it's really just to kind of clean it up a little bit, but if you don't really care about what it looks like down here, then this is not a necessary step. Now here on the back side of the ship, we're going to come to these middle 2 pillars and get out a wooden quarter wall again, and we're going to be placing it here at the top of the pillar. Again, you want to make sure the light blue side is facing to the outside. Go ahead and add one more below it and do the same thing right here, flipping it if you need to, like I said, to get the light blue side on the outside. Now I'm going to go to the inside of the ship right here, so down here, and I'm going to get out a sloped wooden wall again, and you'll see once again that it is able to place just like this below those quarter walls. Go ahead and add one right there, as well as one right here, and then go ahead and place a wooden pillar on the end of those. Alright, now here on this front portion of the build, I'm going to come in between where we have these wooden walls and place a wooden pillar right in the middle like this. Then go ahead and get out a stone quarter wall and switch it to the stone railing option. And you're going to be looking for one that snaps in line with this pillar, but slightly up in a diagonal fashion like this. Go ahead and flip that around so that the stone portion is on the top and that solid black portion is on the bottom. So it should look like that. I'm going to go ahead and add 7 more coming out from that. To give us 8 total. Then I'm going to come back down here to the very bottom. I'm going to get out a stone railing again. And starting off right here, I'm going to place it below it like this. Again, we want the black to be touching each other. Go ahead and add another one right here. And then add 2 more coming up right here. Alright, now I'm going to come here where I have these wooden triangle ceilings and add a wooden pillar right here. Go ahead and place 2 more on top of it. Then you're going to get out a metal wall and you're going to be snapping it to the side of this pillar with the green side facing you. Now you could use another material if you don't want to use metal, but metal looks the best when you paint it for these sails. I'm going to go ahead and add 2 more hanging out from it and then 3 more below those. Do the same thing right here. Now I'm going to switch back to my wooden pillar and switch it to a beam and add 1 on top of each of these walls. I'll switch it back to a pillar and add 3 more on top of this. Get out your metal wall again, and this time place 2 hanging out from the side, as well as 1 below each of those, and the same thing right here. Switch back to your wooden pillar and get out a beam, and add 1 on top of each of those walls. And then switch it back to a wooden pillar and add 2 more on top. I'm going to come to the next section of the ship now and go to the second ceiling in from the door, so this one right here, and add a wooden pillar, And I'm just going to duplicate what I did right there on this one right here. Now I'm going to come to the next section of the ship, and I'm going to come to the third ceiling in from the door and place down a wooden pillar. Now this time I'm going to add 3 more on top of it to give me 4 total. Get out your metal wall, and again place 3 hanging out in this direction. And now I'm going to add 2 more lines of 3 below those. Do the same thing right here. I'll then go ahead and get out my wooden pillar and switch it back to a beam and place 1 on top of each wall. Go ahead and switch it back to a pillar and add 3 more on top. Get out your metal wall again and hang 2 more coming out from each side and 2 more below those. Once again, get out your wooden pillar and switch it to a beam and place 1 on top of each wall, and then switch it back to a pillar and add 2 more on top. Alright, now we're going to come to the back part of our ship and get out a wooden pillar again and place it right here on this middle ceiling, and then add 3 more on top of it. Now I'm going to come to the second pillar down from the top and get out a metal wall and place it right here on this side with the green side facing me. I'll then get out a sloped metal wall and add 1 to the side of it, making sure that it's pointing upward like this. Add 1 above right here. Get out a metal wall again and add 2 below those, and then a sloped metal wall to the side. Now I'm going to come to this side of the pillar and get out a metal wall again and place 1 in line with this one right here, so it should look like that. Go ahead and get out a sloped metal wall, and this time we're going to be looking for this snap point right here. Add 1 in the same direction below it like this. Now above it I'm going to place 2 metal walls. Above that I'm going to place a sloped metal wall, again pointing upward, followed by a metal wall, and then finally a sloped metal wall on top. Now I'm going to go ahead and get out a stone quarter wall and switch it to a railing and add a line of these on the top of our walls. And finally I'm going to get a wooden pillar out again and add 2 more on top of the ones we already have placed. Now we're going to come to this backmost sail and we're going to get out a wooden ceiling and place it right here like this between our top 2 most pillars. Then go ahead and get out your wooden quarter wall and switch it to a wood railing and add 1 on each side of that ceiling. Go ahead and do this on the top of the other 3 sails as well. Now I'm going to come to this sail right here, and in line where we have these wooden beams, I'm going to get out a stone quarter wall and have our railing out, and I'm going to place it right here like this at the top of that metal wall. Go ahead and do this on this side as well. Do it on the bottom one right here. And then go ahead and do that to the next 2 sets of sails as well. Alright, now I'm going to do a few more quick things to clean up some portions of the build. Starting off here where we have these open window frames, excluding the ones that the cannons are sticking out of, I'm going to go ahead and get out a reinforced window and fill these in. Now I'm going to cycle through until I have that green arrow pointing downward because I like my windows to open downward. You can go ahead and place those however you want. You don't necessarily have to do the same thing I'm doing. Just go around and fill in any open window frames and leave your door frames not filled in. Now that we have that done, we're going to go inside of our ship here, starting off on this level, and where we have these wooden railings sticking out, I'm just going to add a wooden pillar to the end of them, just to kind of clean them up a little bit. I'll then head upstairs to the uppermost level, and again go inside, and do the same thing right here on these railings. Now because we already have a pillar right there, this one can be a little bit tricky. What I found is if you kind of look off to this side right here, you'll find the snap point you're looking for. Do the same thing right over here. All right, now lastly, we're going to go ahead and add a few things at the bottom of our ship to make it look like it's actually sitting down in the water. So first, here at the front bottom of the ship, I'm going to come in here below this and get out a wooden roof. And I'm just going to hang it down from this piece right here, making sure that the shingles are facing us so that it's going down in the water. Add another one to the side of it, and then add one more right here. So it should now have that right there. Then I'm going to get out a sloped wooden wall and add one hanging down right here in this direction, as well as right here, and do the same thing on the other side. I'm now going to head all the way to the back of the ship, and back here, starting off right here where we have this bend, I'm again going to get out a wooden sloped wall and place it so it's facing like this, right there like that. Go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. And then I'm going to fill in between them with wooden triangle roof pieces, again, making sure that we have the shingles facing down at us. So there we go. And now just between the front and the back, I'm going to go ahead and add a wooden wall coming down from each of these positions on both sides of the ship. Now there is one final thing you can do if you would like. So obviously right now our whole entire ship is being supported by this one line of walls connecting up. If something somehow were to come along and destroy that wall, this whole entire ship is coming down. So if you want, go ahead and add as many as you want walls connecting up that connect in here to the bottom of the ship and are hidden. You can add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many you want, just to give a few extra supports in case something were to get destroyed. You don't lose the entire ship. Alright everyone, that is going to do it for the building portion of this video. Now I am going to go ahead and apply some quick paint, so hang around for one more second and I'll show you what it looks like all painted up. Alright everyone, that is going to do it for our paint job on the ship. Now I just went with my player character colors being black and red. The black actually kind of comes out dark brown on the wood, but the closer you get, the more black it gets. But yeah, so I basically painted all of the kind of main structures with that black color, and then anything that I kind of considered the details, I painted with the red color. And then I also obviously painted our sails nice and red, our cannons are a nice glossy red down there. You could use whatever you want, but you know, use your tribe colors, use your player character colors, or use something completely different. It's entirely up to you. The only other thing I did was paint all of the rope ladders white to help them pop off a little bit more. I didn't actually do any decorating for this build. There's really a lot to decorate, and I just wanted to get this build out to you all so we can continue on our gameplay series that we are working through on live streams. So yeah, this is the paint job. I'll actually take you guys inside. It is pretty dark on the inside, so you'll either have to gamma up or obviously put a bunch of torches inside because the game's just a little bit darker. This version is a little bit darker. All right, so we're coming inside here. Obviously, this is our portion here, and we'll see downstairs. We can go down here. Obviously, it's not a huge open area with all these cannons, but if you didn't want to use the cannons, this would make a pretty big open space down here for keeping things. All the way down here. We're now heading into our middle layer. Obviously, a pretty good sized room here as well. You could probably keep all of your crafting stuff with the exception of maybe your industrial forge and your grinder in here if you wanted to use this as kind of a crafting base as well. And then obviously our main cabin area up here would be probably our personal bedroom. Pretty nice space up here. You could throw your bed right there, throw some personal storage in these corners, and then just keep whatever else you want in the rest of the room space. Alright everyone, that is going to do it for this tutorial. Before you leave, don't forget to hit that like button, leave me a comment down below, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe for future builds and gameplay in ARK Survival Ascended. And until next time, keep it crispy.